Summary of general control volume analysis. One of the more important subjects to learn the control volume formulation of the general laws, conservation of mass, momentum, and energy, balance of entropy, conservation of mass, momentum, and energy. And balance of entropy. And the specific laws, that is the current preposition, are given in the integral form. The following steps show a systematic way to formulate a thermodynamics problem so that it does not become a formula chase, allowing you to solve general and 7 unfamiliar formulation problems. Formulation step. Steps. At what? Make a physical model of the system. With components and illustrate all mass flows. Heat flows and work rates. Include also an indication of forces like external pressure and gravitation. Of forces like external pressures and gravitation. The second is the define a control mass or control volume. By placing a control surface you want to analyze. This choice is very important since the formulation will depend on it. Be sure that only those mass flows, heat flux, and work term you want to analyze across the control surface. Include all much of the system as you can to eliminate flows and fluxes that you don't want to enter the formulation. Number the state of the substance where it enters or leaves the control volume, and if it is not have the same states, label different part of the system with a string. The next step is write down the general laws for each of the chosen control volume. For control volumes that have mass flows or heat and work fluxes between them, make certain that what leaves on control volume enters the other. Specify that what for mass flow, heat and work, fluxes, make certain that what leaves the one control volume enters the other, and once enters. When the equations are written down, use the most general form and cancel terms that are not present. Only two forms of general laws should be used in formulation: the originate rate, only two forms of the general laws, with allowed the original rate form and the second is the time integrated form. Write down the auxiliary or particular laws for each of the chosen control values. enter the other. When the equations are choosing control model. The constituent for a substance is a write-down or reference to a table. The equation for a given process is normally easily written down. It is given by the way the system or device are constructed and often is approximation to reality. That is, we make a mathematical model of the real behavior. The next step is finish the formulation by combining all the equations. All the equations but don't put in numbers yet. At this point, check which quantity are known and which are unknown. And which are unknown. Here it is important to be able to find all the state of the substance set and determine which two independent properties determine any given state. For any state, determine two independent properties. This task is most easily done by illustrating all the processes and states in a PVTVTS or similar diagram. This diagram will also show that the number of to look up the use T, S, T, V, and PV diagrams. The equations are now solved for the unknowns. For the unknowns, by writing all terms with the unknown variable, variables on one side unknown terms on the other side. It is usually easy to do this, but in some cases it may require an iteration technique to solve the equations. As you find the numerical values for different quantities, make sure they make sense and are within reasonable ranges.